Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. If you were on a minute ago, I was having some mic problems, but it's fixed now. I don't know what it was. I wasn't muted. I don't know. Anywho, if you're new to my channel and you love true crime, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please hit the like button. That way, more people can enjoy the video. The more likes we get, it does send it out to the algorithm faster. If you're just now coming in, please just hit the smash button for me, the like button, comment where you're from, maybe what you're doing today, if you're at work, home, school, all those good things, all of the good things. It is Thursday, so we're almost to the weekend, although with me, crime never sleeps, so I'm always on. If you haven't joined our membership program yet and you would like to join, that would be fabulous. You can do so by clicking the Join Now button below. Or you can do it from my main page. And I'm just going to get a couple of things up here for just a second. That way I'm ready to go, and then we'll go ahead and get into some stuff. Hopefully everybody's having a great day, fabulous day. It is, it's freezing here in Ohio. It is 26 degrees, but with the wind chill, it's like, I don't even want to know. It's probably more like 19 out there. So I'm just trying to get on my own channel. I can't seem to do that. Also, I don't have mods, so I did put it on subscriber only mode in the chat. It just makes it easier on me when we start to get going, when I'm going back and forth through tabs on the computer. And I just want to thank you guys for understanding that. I really do. And then also, I just wanted to go ahead and reach out. I want to say that thank you to you guys for joining me for every live, commenting on all my videos, giving me words of encouragement when I need it, joining the membership programs, reminding people in the chat to like my videos, and so much more. You guys really do so much more. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So I just wanted to tell you that I really appreciate you guys. I think it's been like a little while since I've said that. So I do. And the channel is growing. So with that, it's exciting. And we're getting some more members and more subscribers. And it's just a really good channel. So I don't know if you guys saw yesterday about Jared Lysick and the court proceedings that he was supposed to go to. Yesterday, there was a couple hot mics on Jared Lysick's court proceedings. So they decided, the judge decided anyway, to go ahead and stop court. And so we weren't able to watch the actual court proceedings because we couldn't watch it anyway, but they just went ahead and they told him to go home and they'll see him in 2 weeks. So that's where we're at there, but I wanted to let you guys know. Obviously, I can't live stream it, but if they do have it on WebEx, I'll make sure that I drop the link and we can do something where we chat, in the chat while we're watching it separately, because I know that we all want to stay updated through that case and everything, and I want to keep you guys as updated as I can. So I will just make sure that I drop that link for you guys. So today we're going to be, and then also tonight I add, oh my gosh, I can't even remember. I think it's at 2:30 or 3:30. I'm so sorry, I cannot remember off the top of my head. There's been so many lives lately. But there is a press conference for the Michael Vaughn case. So if you haven't been following that, or if you have been following that and you would like to join the live, that would be great. I'd love to have you. Also, we will, whenever we do I was going to say something, I can't remember now, on the live. Shoot, guys, I just went in my head. It was in my head and then it was out, just like that. Oh, we're going to do an open panel, though, and talk about things. Basically, the press conference tonight, I think, is going to be basically telling us, where they stand in the case. If they found anything or if they haven't found anything. They may even go into what's going on with Sarah, with her mental state and all of that good stuff. I'm not sure. So we will see. I'm I just am so excited that this case is moving forward. It's been a really long time coming, and the family deserves some answers. Okay. Why am I super thirsty today? So we are going to talk about the Idaho massacre today. We're going to go over some things. Did anybody, if you want to drop in the comments, if you watched the vigil for the Idaho massacre last night, they had a vigil at the school, at the university for them. I was on another YouTube channel, so I was on a live with a friend. So her name is Crime Sleuthin. So I was over there doing a live open panel, kind of open panel there with her. But it was very touching. So I just wanted to go over that. Also, do you guys have any questions over this case? Does anybody not know what I'm talking about when I say the Idaho Four massacre? I'll give you guys a minute if you want to like kind of respond in the chat. If you guys, and then because I want to know if you have any questions about it that I can answer right now before we get started. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, or you just want like a total update in the case, I can give you a good update. Just let me know if that's what you guys want, and I will let you guys let me know in just a moment. And then also, if you are just coming in, if you could like the video, if you'd like to subscribe, we would love to have you. I am a new channel, so new to true crime, sort of. I went to school for criminal justice and applied science, so I've always been into crime, like as you would say. I'm going to just go ahead and read over what kind of happens, and then that way we'll all be on the same page. Okay. Isabel, I can't believe you're awake. Actually, I can. You're always awake. One thing that gets me is who they can roll out the dog being skinned, not being connected, or how they could roll out, yeah, being connected. I could not have been trial run. Yeah. So, and that's the case too whenever it comes to, like especially like serial killers in the making, or even just killers in the making, but mostly serial killers. They say that they start with animals first. So yeah, that dog being skinned so close that's very weird to me. I couldn't imagine being the dog owners. I couldn't. Oh my gosh, like I couldn't imagine. Like I have I have my two babies, and I couldn't imagine just letting them go out to go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden, that's what happens. Like they just end up coming back skinned. I mean, that's just. And they said filleted. Like that's crazy. Oh, like I thought they're smoking already this morning. I can hear them coughing. I opened up the window because I'm always so hot. I am going to go over just I'll just go ahead and start. Like I'll go over the King Avenue or King Street murders. I'm just going to go over the what it says on the Moscow Police Department's website. I'm going to get that up for you guys. I'm sorry. Um, okay, just a little bit though. So this is just going to be like a summary, and then that way everybody's kind of caught up to what's going on. But and I'm just going to call them by their first names because I think everybody kind of knows the case, but it'll just make it a little easier. On the evening of November 12th, Haley and Madison were at a local bar called the Corner Club on Main Street in downtown Moscow between 10 p.m. and 1:30 a.m. on November 13th. At approximately 1:40 a.m., Haley and Maddie were seen on video at a local food vendor called the Grub Truck at 318 South Main Street and used a private party for a ride home from downtown to arrive at their 1122 King Road residence around 1:56 a.m. Arrival time has been updated based on digital evidence collected by investigators, aka collected by one of the girls' sisters, actually. Investigators have determined that Ethan and Zaina were seen at a Sigma Chi house on the University of Idaho campus at approximately 1:45 a.m. Ethan and Zana are believed to have returned to the residence on King Road. It was previously reported that Ethan resided at the home. However, it had been determined that he was only visiting. So basically, four college University of Idaho students were out one night, and then that's what's just letting you know. And then they were coming home. That's what we're getting into. Detectives believe that on November 12th, the two surviving roommates had also been out in the Moscow community separately, but returned home by 1 a.m. on November 13th. That's just like they had two roommates that lived on the second floor, two roommates that were staying on the second floor. One was just staying the night, and then two roommates on the third floor. On November 13th, the surviving roommates summoned friends to the residence because they believed one of the second floor victims had passed out and was not waking up. At 11:58 a.m., a 911 call requested aid for an unconscious person. The call was made from one of the surviving roommates' cell phones inside the residence. Multiple people talked with the 911 dispatcher before Moscow police arrived at the location. Officers entered the residence and found two victims on the second floor and two victims on the third floor. And I'm going to go over we did it in another live. We went over, there was a Twitter post that kind of explained from someone's point of view that supposedly, allegedly was at the scene when they were calling 911. So when this says they called for an unconscious person and everyone's going, what? Why? That doesn't make sense because of the scene being so horrific. I'm going to read over that later in the live, and I think that'll help better understand kind of like what's going on. Autopsies were conducted on November 17th. The Latah County coroner confirmed the identity of the four murder victims and their cause and manner of death as homicide by stabbing. The coroner stated the four victims were likely asleep. Some had defensive wounds and each were stabbed multiple times. There was no sign of SA. And I got this. This is all off of the Moscow Police Department. If you guys ever have any questions and you need any information, that's where I would kind of head. Go to my channel first, but then head over there. But that's where I try to get all my information from. Refrigerator for my studio. That's so funny because I have another one. So I wanted to show you guys that. That'll get everybody up to speed. I did any. I know Isabel did, but I don't know if you guys watched the Candlelight Vigil last night. For the four victims, it was extremely touching and moving. I cried the whole time, I think, and I'm not a crier normally at all. But that one got me. So I was going to go over, some things that were at the Candlelight Vigil. If you guys would like to see that. Because a lot of that will help. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and read that Twitter now, just so you guys can see it. Because when I saw this, it made the 911 call make so much more sense. And this is allegedly, but I feel like after I read this to you guys, you may see it like I do. I don't know. I just started using Twitter like recently. Again, I used to watch it and then I stopped watching it or stopped using it. I'm sorry. But if you want to follow me over on Twitter, I do tweet out a lot of things pretty fast. So if it's not on YouTube, I'm usually tweeting it. But my Twitter handle is at TitaniumBuilt. If you'd like to follow me, I don't have a huge following yet, but that's okay. We're getting there. I'm just trying to get it to the spot where that way I can show you the actual papers. Here. We're getting close. Okay. So I'm just trying to see how this goes. Okay. Let me share this with you guys. And I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. Oh, you saw the first of the forensic results are back. Where was that at, Isabel? When did that happen? I've been online like all morning. We could go over that too. Wow. I didn't even know those were back. That's what I love about you guys. I think you came in after I was telling, I did like a little appreciation for everybody that's, my Titans and the people that come on and join my live. You're one of them, of course. So if you watched on the replay, you'll hear it. It was in the beginning. It was sweet. I'll just put this here. I'm gonna go ahead and start reading this off. But yeah, if you know where those forensic results are, that would be like awesome. I would love to know. Um, I like love my computer, but then I think it'd be easier with a mouse. I'm using my MacBook, so it's a little harder. Oh, it was another channel. Oh, Tyler felt fuller. Oh man, I wonder what he always does long lives. I wonder when the timestamp was on. Go there and let me look at it. I'll try to look it up too because I haven't heard of that. But I mean, I can see that being a thing, them coming out with that. So that's crazy. Okay, I'm going to go through this and then we will, yeah, we'll go through something else. I'm going to look at that. I'm like so curious about the forensic results now. Um, I am going to grab a drink really quick so that way I'm not over here dying of thirst. I think what it is yesterday I did so many videos and I read the probable cause affidavit for Richard Allen like 3 or 4 times within like 24 hours alone. So I think that's what got me. Really? So Mystic Werewolf said, "Huge news. She's like, you and Isabel. You guys are the best." So just saw on Reddit that Fox News reporting Ellie found black clothing and a black mask in the woods. So I was on a panel last night, and they found someone had found a glove over by. Okay, so let me just go to Fox News. That's so crazy. I mean, either or. Um, what was the other one? So Fox News, and then Reddit. Okay, so I'm looking on Fox News, but mosquito. I'm gonna put that like the Idaho. I don't, and it was today. Why is it not showing up online? Like this is what's showing up over on mine. I'm gonna look on Reddit. Um, yeah, if you guys like can find if you have it, yeah. So YouTube, I don't think it'll let you send me the link, but if you could email it to me, then I should be able to pull it up. Or yeah, So my email is titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com. That's so interesting. All right, I put it in the chat. I'm gonna grab a drink really quick, and I'm gonna. Good morning, Marilyn. You guys should see my dogs right now. I just went out to grab a drink, and they look so cute. I think I'm gonna do like a doggy cam out there, like where they could be like in the corner or something of the live, and you can just watch them if you want because they're so cute when they're just laying there, even though they're like crazy big. And I'll pull up my Google now too. Yeah. So okay, I like that there's stuff going on there. Um, but I have so many tabs open right now. I don't want to like close you guys out of my tabs. Okay, so oh, I should have. I don't know if I can show a picture though, because I don't know how to do that on the computer. I was gonna have my boyfriend help me set up the webcam to do it because I'll have two webcams. So normally I always come on live and show my face, but in the morning sometimes I'm just a little tired. Like I am today, and I usually just don't. But during the night I do. I'll have to do a live with them in the background. I used to do videos with them laying on the bed, and they were so cute. But if I open the door now, you'll hear their claws scurrying around. So I am going to just go ahead. I'll start reading what I was going to read you guys. It was so if you guys are just coming in, this was on Twitter and it was sent to me, and it's just it's literally it's an explanation of the unconscious 911 call, like what it was about, how the 911 call went down during the Idaho massacre. And we read this the other day on our live, and it does make a lot of sense. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen this. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading it because I guess like Fox News just came out and said that there was like some clothing found in the woods, and some of the Titans are trying to help me find it and send it to my email. So as we're doing that, I'll go ahead and read this really quick. And I can double task because I have my phone too. I saw this comment on Facebook and wanted to share it here because it clarifies everything to stop people from speculating about the survivors. Supposedly, a few days before the murder, someone was asking questions on the victim's past Instagram post about the survivors. Two of the people who were at the house with the roommates when the call was made quickly came to their defense, and this is supposedly what they said. Keep in mind, this is all alleged. Okay, so two people who claimed to be at the house with the roommates when the bodies were discovered quickly came to the surviving roommate's defense and wrote that the roommates woke up, went upstairs to the kitchen, and noticed the sliding glass door was open, and it was during that time they discovered Ethan. They didn't say where he was found on that floor, but that it was so horrific that both girls went into shock and ran out of the house. One of the roommates fainted, and the other was beyond hysterical and not making any sense. Their frantic actions while coming out of the house caught the attention of people walking past. The people responding on the victim's Instagram claimed to be two of those people. They implied the roommate who fainted had already dialed 911, but was so distraught that she fainted before she could give any info that the dispatcher could understand. The only info that the bystander who picked up the roommate's phone could give 911 dispatch was she just saw her friend run out of the house and faint. Now I gotta go back. So, and that's how the 911 call was made on the roommate's phone and by someone else, and why the call went out for an unconscious person. While bystanders While that bystander was on the phone with 911, the other roommate was hysterically trying to explain that something was wrong with Ethan. At this point, several more people had stopped to see what was happening, and one or two of them went into the house to see if they could help him. There were multiple people in the yard at that time, and those people began contacting their friends that somebody in the house was badly hurt. Somebody called Ethan's brother Hunter to tell him something was wrong with his brother because he lived close to the house, and someone called one of the other victim's boyfriends as he was also Ethan's best friend. They didn't go into detail on if either of those boys had arrived before the paramedics did, but it did kind of sound like they did. They didn't go into any detail on what kind of injuries Ethan suffered. They also didn't say if anyone went to check on the other roommates before the paramedics arrived, but someone implied that someone had. The only details they gave about the scene itself was that it was incomprehensibly bloody. While those people were in the house checking on Ethan and possibly the other roommates, the paramedics arrived to a very chaotic scene, believing that they were there to access an unconscious person outside, but were redirected into the house to help someone who was hurt very badly. So they walked into the house unaware that it was a crime scene, contaminated most of everything on the second floor. It doesn't sound like the roommates were roaming throughout the house, carelessly contaminating. Um, so contaminating most of everything on the second floor. It doesn't sound like the roommates were roaming throughout the house, carelessly contaminating everything, fully aware that their friends had been murdered. It sounds like the scene was contaminated by numerous people who were trying to help, unaware and unable to comprehend that they were what they were looking at and that it was a crime scene. My heart breaks for those two poor innocent young females. Not only have they experienced a trauma so brutal that it cannot change who they are at their core, but they also have to live with the fear that someone might be coming for them. And they grieve the loss of four friends plus a life that they once had that will never exist again. And if that wasn't traumatizing enough, they also get to live with millions of people publicly criticizing, persecuting, and incorrectly judging them for their actions people assume they may or have or not have taken. Some of the comments left on Instagram pictures of the victims, especially the ones the survivors were tagged in, were beyond nasty, if not downright cruel. I don't understand or how our society became so inhumane. It sounds like the two surviving roommates' behaviors were 100% appropriate for the situations they found themselves in. And I agree. Like I said, this is all alleged, but I think it explains a lot. I am marking this as information rather than theory because I am not making a theory myself. I am just relying information given by the individuals who were there when the call was made. Okay, I'm done reading for today because I cannot read very good today, guys. But yeah, so that was I talked about that call before, but or that Twitter post before. But I wanted to see it. I ended up ending everybody. I wanted to. Okay, sorry guys, I like ran back in and so yeah, you guys saw that. Can you guys find it or did like last night I don't know where she saw it though. I couldn't even found it. But last night on the live I was on, someone had said they found. Is my audio still breaking up? I wonder if it was because I moved. Am I good now? Okay, are we good now? Okay, okay, cool. Thank you. All right. I don't know. Maybe it was because I moved the desk. Actually, maybe all of the stuff. So yeah. So okay. So there was a glove found by a trash can. That's what I heard on the live or I was on live panel last night. I don't think it was a live panel, but I was on panel last night, and someone had found a glove over by the trash can. It was a black glove, it looked maybe like a, I don't even know how to explain it, like a cotton type of material. I'm gonna try to look it up. And then I can see if there's any. Okay, yeah. So this is going to be over the top. I found the glove at the scene, and this is retired detective discovery fuels more speculation about Idaho murders. And so he found this. I'm trying to see exactly when. It was just the other day, I think. And then this is the picture of it. And this is the shoe mark is an officer's boot, or I guess this is like an officer's shoe mark. It almost looks like he slid, like he almost hit that glove with his damn boot, and he slid instead of landing on the boot. So yeah, so I don't think this isn't really even a good picture though. Let me see if I can find a better picture. Um, yeah, maybe I can find a better. Let me see if I can like find this one. Did you guys hear about this though? The glove being found? thanks, thanks, Mystic. Yeah. Oh my. Well, I saw that yesterday about Betty. Well, I was just sitting here at my home, minding my own business, trying to mind my own business and not do any rants on Betty because, well, she hadn't really pissed me off since Quentin's case. So I was just like trying to not deal with her, like have her in my brain space, my head space, trying to keep it all positive as much as I can. And then it was like guy JLR, whatever his name is, he came up on my For You page and it said like exclusive interview with Olivia. She's at the murder scene or something. And I was like, what? Like, I mean, I had to put language at the beginning of it because I know I dropped the F bomb probably 3 times at least. But it was just necessary because if I wouldn't have gotten that out and I would have kept that all in, it wouldn't have been good for my own mental health. So I literally just put my video camera on. My hair was looking all crazy and I just went on a rant. But oh my gosh, she like and then she like that hat she has on, and then she says she's freezing cold, and it's just like oh my gosh, don't be out there. Like you're not helping. I was telling people send me out there. I'll go out. I'll go get her. I'll go get her and bring her back. She needs to be brought back. Oh my lordy, she's crazy. I was going to try to see if I could find a better. Where was I at to do that? I'm like, I think. It looks like they did a. Oh, here, Reddit. This is a better picture. So there, you can see it better. There's the glove. And this does look like an officer about stepped on this glove and he slid instead. She was. So did you see where a live? Okay, so I'm going to just derail from the case for a minute, and just so I can talk about this Betty thing because it's just too good to not talk about. But she was only out there for 10 minutes, and she was freezing cold. She couldn't. She said she couldn't feel her toes. And then on the Glares YouTube, I just happened to be on my For You page, and he popped up, and he was talking about her, and he had me laughing so hard because she was trying to put Olivia's suitcase in the back of the trunk of the car, and she was getting so upset by it that she ended up like just shoving the trunk on Olivia's bag. Olivia didn't see any of this. So when like, well, it was broken, and Betty straight looked at her and was like, "How did you break it?" When we all know damn well Betty broke that when she was putting it in the trunk because she shoved stuff like she shoved the trunk on her bag. I just thought that was so funny because it was all on camera. So then Betty is trying to live stream, and you see Olivia's like in the camera shot, just like hovering, like you can't even see the Idaho house. It's just so bad. Oh, it's guarded. It's just they're just standing there right in front of the tape. Like she says she's got her press pass. You don't need a press pass to stand right here. I mean, it's ridiculous. If I made good money, like if I did, I would follow her around just to make sure that she didn't fuck anything up. Really. Like, 'cause someone needs to do that. And like, I mean, if you're going to go and you're going to advocate for these cases and these children, especially the children, and these cases in general, like, you think you have a better way to you set things up a better way. You think that you would maybe go to the police station and say, "Is there anything I can do to help you guys?" Like, if it's a missing child, look for the missing child. Don't go stand in front of their house. Obviously, he wasn't missing, but she was not doing anything by standing there either. No idea, but she even reached out and touched the tape. She's a bloody liability. She is. She touches evidence. Almost. Like, I mean, if you're in true crime and you were on a crime scene and you saw evidence at a crime scene, the first thing that you would do, you would pick it up, right? That's what you do. You just pick up the evidence, put it in your pocket. No, you don't touch it. Like, everyone knows. I think everyone knows that. Like, if you come across something that's like you think it's a crime scene, you don't go in there and put your fingerprints on everything. I mean, I don't get it. She's going to end up saying that these officers aren't doing their job right either. Watch, that's what's going to happen. I I should start placing bets on what she's going to say next. If you guys are just now coming in, if you could like this video, that'd be so great. I would appreciate that forever. It does send it out in the algorithm and get more people to be able to enjoy it. And then let me know if you guys should end up finding that. But yeah, so that's the glove that they did find. So this was right by the trash cans by the house. Let me see if it says it in the Reddit. So right here it says, "Is this credible?" And it was I think the interview room was the guy that found it. That the glove was found inside the crime scene tape. I'm not familiar with the interview room, but I'm going to go back and watch the video. It's almost 2 hours long. Yeah, I saw the video. Oh, you sent me an article on Twitter. Um, I have too many emails, you guys. I need to do something about that. It must still be coming in. Okay, yeah, it must just still be coming in. I'm waiting on it. yeah, we'll just wait and I'll see what happens there. And then we end up with stuff. But yeah, I can't believe they found a glove. That's so crazy. I don't see it yet. That's weird. I don't see it yet. Not to be graphic, but you would think it would be bloody. Yeah. Check the post on Idaho. Like Google it. Okay. Or is it on the Moscow website? Man, I had all kinds of stuff to talk to you guys about, but it's like even more. Because I know that they were talking about them being targeted or not. Um, I'm not like it's not bringing up anything for me. Oh, there was one post apparently showing black clothing in the woods with Fox News heading. Maybe if I look up like clothing or something, clothing found. Okay, maybe it is. No, that's my. I didn't think of anything either. I'm trying to think of like, well, what about? Okay, let me share this with you. I'll share this, and then we can figure it out. Like he usually has like he's with News Nation. What's News Nation? Well, no, I don't think they have a. No, so this was like there was a video on this I was going to show you guys, but yeah, it just this is just 2 minutes ago. But it says the Moscow Police Department now says they don't know whether any of the University of Idaho victims were specifically targeted. I wonder what that means. Yeah. Does that mean they can't tell because none of them have? They all have the same amount of injuries? Because Isabel said, even families don't know what they mean by targeted. Yeah, like I mean, because to me, I really thought one person was targeted out of the group. I really did. I thought it was maybe one of the two girls. Not like it was any fault of their own, but I just thought that's what I thought. But now there's because I think when they first came out, they said it was targeted, or maybe they said it wasn't targeted and then wasn't targeted. But I know at one point they said it was targeted, and now they're saying they don't know if it was targeted or not. And I'm like, really, guys? Um, it says authorities in Idaho are backtracking on a key piece of information in the investigation of four college students who were murdered. The Moscow Police Department now says they don't know whether any of the University of Idaho's victims were specifically targeted. I'll probably find a video on this, but we have spoken to the Latah County Prosecutor's Office and identified this was a miscommunication, the Moscow Police Department said. Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan were stabbed to death at an off-campus house on November 13th. Police had been saying they believe the incident was isolated and targeted since November 15th. So that was like 2 weeks ago. Investigators have said the victims were all stabbed multiple times in their sleep. None of them were sexually assaulted, as YouTube police stated. A vigil was held for the victims Wednesday night. If you guys didn't see the visual, I can play some of it. I was going to. Oh my gosh, extremely, extremely, extremely sad. I don't think I've never cried that hard at a visual. I want to remind you that this is the most important message we have for you and your families is to make sure you spend as much time as possible with the people because time is precious and it's something you can't get back, said Ethan's mother, Stacy Chapman. And that's all. So, my Twitter. And then if not, I'll go ahead and start. I'll look, we can watch, we can watch something like Candlelight. It's going all the guys. Yeah, you're right. FBI should be in charge. They should be, yeah, they should be the ones doing everything. Yeah, so brand new, not brand new to hear about. Can you hear me now? Okay, now we're back. Oh my gosh, I don't know what that was. My computer like really just froze on me. And it's like a brand, I mean, it's a MacBook and I just got it last year. If anybody knows anything about computers, if they know like how to clean it, like how I can clean my computer, like wipe it, I'm about to like wipe it clean or something. Oh no, that's like that's crazy. Yeah, I mean it's like I don't know. I know that it wasn't anybody trying to come get my computer or anything. I know a lot of creators say that, like if something happens to their internet, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I need a VPN," and it's like VPNs are not going to help you when you're in your own home. I don't know. My boyfriend's an IT. He just says, "Don't even worry about that. If you're not doing anything you shouldn't be doing, you shouldn't need a VPN." So I'm just like, okay. So I don't believe it was that, but I think it was just like maybe I'm too fast for this computer. That's what we're going to go with. Or I don't know. It's been weird the last few days. I don't know if you've noticed, but Twitter, not Twitter. I'm sorry, Streamyard. But you guys probably don't use Streamyard, but it's been like really slow. But YouTube, like the app, has been really crazy. It was just like closing me out of things. Yesterday when I was like trying to watch YouTube through my iPad, and it would just like close the app, and I was getting so upset. I was like, I just want to watch this. But then I just got online and used it online and it was fine. So please backtrack. My computer is just being really funky, guys. It's not even letting me. Okay. Yeah, it's being really funny today. Let me just exit out of everything. And then, did anyone see anything? Let me look up like maybe News Nation. I kind of like News Nation. We can play this. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, let's see. I want to know what the I want to know about the glove and stuff. What's this one?
Developing overnight a shift in the
Okay, I'm gonna turn this
investigation
up
into
for
the murders of 4 Idaho college students.
Yeah, this case is just mind-blowing. A prosecutor's office initially saying that the 4 friends were, quote, undoubtedly targeted, but this morning police are reversing course. Right now, the University of Idaho is on edge after that emotional vigil. Look at that, all the lights honoring those 4 victims. News Nation senior correspondent Brian Enton joining us live from Idaho this morning. Brian, you were at the vigil last night. You've been on the ground for days talking to all kinds of folks, investigators, students, and school staff. What do you have for us?
Yeah, Adrian, it really hit home at the vigil. You know, we've been focused so much on the investigation, but last night you just saw the pain in people's faces, and the families were there and they spoke, and you heard what they were going through, losing beautiful young people who had such bright futures ahead of them, and then this continued nightmare that this community and these families are living because this killer is still on the run. Parents sharing what they know of their last child's moments. Maddie Mogan and Kaylee Gonsalves, inseparable since middle school.
So then they went to high schools together. Then they started looking at colleges. They came here together. They eventually get into the same apartment together. And in the end, they died together in the same room, in the same bed.
Despite their grief, loved ones of the murdered students still shared hopeful messages.
Thank all the people working on trying to figure this out. And it really means a lot.
This as conflicting reports are released among top officials. Police sharing early on in the investigation that the attack was targeted, but they've not shared why they believe that to be the case. Even further, the Moscow Police Department has now publicly corrected information given by the prosecutor's office, who had stated that the suspect had specifically targeted the home and one or more of the students inside. Detectives now clarifying they do not know if the residents or any of the victims were specifically targeted. Speak for me. One question looming on the minds of some, could the killer have been in the crowd last night? Students worry whether they're truly safe. What do you say to the students who are scared?
I tell them I'm scared too. This is a worrying time.
It's been confusing following this, Adrian and Mitch, because there has been mixed messaging from the prosecutor and from police. They acknowledged yesterday that there was an internal miscommunication, but one thing is clear, they say, they have no suspect and they have no persons of interest at this point. It has now been about 2.5 weeks since the murders.
So with that being said, where do they go from here? Is this becoming a cold case?
Well, that's really the fear in this community. They don't like saying that. They say no. They are still getting hundreds of tips pretty much every single day. The tips are still coming in. They're hopeful they'll be able to solve this. But again, they are open about the fact that there's no known suspect.
Sorry, guys. That's super loud. That was annoying. I was trying to see. It is so crazy that I don't even know. Could one of you guys do me a huge favor? I don't know why I can't look on my end. Actually, maybe I can. Actually, I think I can. I'm trying to see when my next live is today. I can't remember if I scheduled it for 2:30 or 3:30 or 1:30. That's so bad. That's so bad of me. Did everybody see the candlelight vigil last night also? Did you guys get a chance to see that? I know Isabel did. It was very moving. Yeah, I can't, for some reason on my like phone and my iPad, I can't check to see what time my like live is. That's like insane to me. Okay. Maybe I can figure it out later. Okay, anyways, so yeah, if someone could look on my page, if you guys could, and just if it does show up on your side to see what time the live is for later, because I'm doing a live on the Michael Vaughn press conference, and I wanted to make sure the time was all right and everything. And if you guys are just now coming in, if you guys could please just hit that like button, comment where you're from. I think everybody, it looks like everybody kind of saw the Candlelight Vigil. It was very sad. I was going to show Kaylee's dad. It just seemed like he said some things that stuck out, you know. But let's see here. I just wanted to see what time my live was later. And my internet is acting like really funky right now. So maybe I will, I don't know, maybe I'll come back on later. I'm trying to see what my live is. There it is. Okay, so it's at 2:30. Okay. So let's see. It looks like everybody kind of saw the vigil, so I won't play it right now. Maybe I'll play that later this evening, because my internet is acting really weird. So I am going to jump off of here because I wanted to make sure I can do the press conference. I did want to ask you guys though, like the press. Let me see what time it said the press conference was at. Let's see. So it's at 1 o'clock today. So it says the Fruitland Police is having a press conference at 1 p.m. December the 1st. So if it's 1 p.m. there, I'm so bad with these guys. Eastern Standard Time, that would be 3 here, right? Because it's 2 hours, because it's Mountain Time instead of Pacific. So I made the live for 2:30. That way we can talk about the case before we actually go live. Or we actually watch the press conference. I slept so terribly last night too. So that's probably why I'm like not with it today. I'm like so sleepy today, guys. And I read over that probable cause affidavit like so many times. I think my eyes were going like cross-eyed. So I'm gonna like try to figure out how to clean my computer up. I'm gonna call my boyfriend because this is like weird that it's been acting funny the last couple of days. And I know how he likes to beef up internet around here, like on his own. And I do love him. I love him so much, and he's great at his job. But I don't know what he's doing out there with this stuff, because it was like my whole computer like shut down almost for a minute. So I don't want that to happen during the press conference. So I'm going to jump off of here and I'm going to figure all of that out. But thank you so much for joining me. Sorry this was such a crazy live. In the beginning, my mic wasn't working at all. And it's just been a crazy one today. So if you could just help your girl out by liking the video, even though it may not have been my best, but you know your girl tried. So I will see you guys all back here at 2:30 p.m. today, and we will talk about the Michael Vaughn press conference. Also, I ordered like 3 dresses off of Amazon to wear for a Christmas party next week, and I want your guys' opinions on those because I'm nervous. It's been a while since I've been to a Christmas party for my boyfriend's work. It's been like 3 years since before COVID. So I want to look my best, even though he's like, we're all nerds, Tanya. But so I want you guys to look at them and let me know what you think. But I will see you guys all here at 2:30. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for spending a little bit of your morning with me. I appreciate all the comments, the likes, and the subscribers. You guys are the best. My Titans are my people. And I'll see you guys all in my next live. Bye, guys.